Leo woman romantic compatibility with all signs. A Leo woman is a celestial influencer, and you cannot change my mind about that. She's probably the prettiest one in most rooms she walks into. She has an affinity for making friends and charming the pants off just about anyone. And she's a fierce, loyal, and devoted girlfriend. Some say that no one will ever love you the way a Leo woman does, and I tend to agree. Not only is she a literal jewel that attracts jealous looks everywhere she goes, but her feelings run deep, probably just as deep as her massive ego. Starting with Leo woman with Aries man. These two are the couple you think about when you imagine a successful CEO and his trophy wife. This is not to say that their relationship would be transactional, since they both have the capacity to fall madly in love with each other and go to the end of the earth to ensure that they remain together. The passion is off the charts with this couple, which is probably why it's safe to say that their arguments will have their neighbors worried. If they can sustain the heat, great for them. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 10 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 10 out of 10. And life values rounds it out with a third 10 out of 10. Next up, Leo woman with Taurus man. A Leo woman and a Taurus man can make a lovely couple, but there are certain discrepancies in their lifestyles that could pose some serious issues. Nothing makes a Taurus man feel better than a woman he can worship, and the Leo woman is exactly that: beautiful, intelligent, stylish, and sociable. In turn, the Leo woman will love his mild manners, generosity, and romantic gestures, but she could be easily put off by his indifference towards the nightlife. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 8 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 8 out of 10. And life values gets only 4 out of 10. Next, Leo woman with Gemini man. This is a fantastic combination, if only they can match their level of depth when it comes to important things. They can keep each other entertained for hours and will love to go out together and cause havoc around town. Neither will particularly mind each other's tendency of flirting with other people and hogging the spotlight, and they will generally cheer each other on in any situation. However, the Leo woman might have some different life perspectives and values, where the Gemini man will seem somewhat wishy-washy and detached. This can cause some arguments, although a committed Gemini will find it easy to calm the spirits and tell the Leo woman exactly what she wants to hear. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 8 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 8 out of 10. And life values gets 8 out of 10. And now we come to Leo woman with Cancer man. This is certainly not an ideal match, although it could work beautifully in some cases. A Cancer man is usually well received in society, and his subdued charm and friendliness help him gain a lot of friends easily. He will admire the Leo woman from a distance, but she will probably have to be the one to initiate the relationship. If she's serious about him, she will find him a fantastic vessel for her love and loyalty, as a Cancer will be unlikely to betray her or upset her intentionally. However, when you combine Leo's short fuse with Cancer's moodiness, you'll be able to paint a picture of a not-so-stable home life. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 7 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 8 out of 10. And life values gets 5 out of 10. Leo woman with Leo man. Some same-sign couples do great together, and I tend to believe that Leos are one of them. If they can play fair and share the spotlight, they'll quickly become one of those couples that everyone has strong opinions about. They enjoy the same things, guide themselves with the same values, and their perspective on love, friends, work, and leisure are eerily similar. Two Leos will be nothing short of loyal to each other, and they wouldn't want it any other way. After all, there can only be one royal couple, and it's definitely them. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 10 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 10 out of 10. And life values rounds it out with a third 10 out of 10. Next, Leo woman with Virgo man. You could spot a million wrong things with this couple from a mile away. Leo's flamboyant nature and love for luxe and diamonds do not sit well with the calculated, frugal, almost stern Virgo, and he will certainly not appreciate some traits of hers that he will deem superficial and vain. In turn, the Leo woman needs a man she can look up to, and that entails someone who's just as well versed in social life as she is, which, unfortunately, is the strangest thing to a Virgo man. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets only 2 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 4 out of 10. And life values gets 6 out of 10. Next, Leo woman with Libra man. Name a more iconic duo. I'll wait. These two are like salt and pepper. They go together so well. It's like they were made for each other. Commanding attention and jealous glares everywhere they go, these two were the reason catwalks were invented in the first place. They enjoy the same things and love to show off each other at every chance they get. Leo's loyalty and fierce love can find a stable home in harmony-loving Libra, so this couple is the perfect contestant for those marriage bells. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 10 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 10 out of 10. And life values also gets 10 out of 10. Next, Leo woman with Scorpio man. A true petri dish of toxicity is what you can expect from this couple. Leo's need for independence and blind trust will have her test Scorpio's limits frequently. In turn, Scorpio's possessive nature and lack of trust will worsen, creating a toxic feedback loop in which both are miserable. Sure, they might be supremely attracted to each other. Their bond could be hypnotic and very intense. But this couple needs a lot of work to create a stable foundation for a relationship in which communication is paramount. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 10 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 4 out of 10. And life values gets 8 out of 10. Next up, Leo woman with Sagittarius man. This is a lovely couple that loves their independence and can easily find activities they both enjoy. They'll charm everyone around with their stories, friendly personalities, and openness to new people, but their life values might be somewhat discrepant. While the Leo woman is a true socialite, classy from head to toe, a Sagittarius could always be the jock making a fool of himself for the love of clownery alone, and this is not something the Leo woman is okay with representing. Your partner is, after all, your best business card, and Sag can be a bit too wild at times, even for the queen of the jungle. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 6 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 8 out of 10, while life values gets only 2 out of 10. Leo woman with Capricorn man. Circling back to the CEO and trophy wife metaphor, this couple could also fit the bill. The difference between an Aries and a Capricorn is that Cap is a lot colder and calculated, which brings forward a real issue in his potential relationship with a Leo woman. Although a career woman herself, she needs nurturing and constant attention. Otherwise, she'll start looking for it elsewhere. Needless to say, this will annihilate any chances she could have with a Capricorn man, as they prefer a long-term ride-or-die situation. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 6 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 4 out of 10. And life values gets 8 out of 10. Next, Leo woman with Aquarius man. While the Leo woman is preoccupied with cementing her social status as the prom queen, an Aquarius man has different goals in mind. He will probably dislike the amount of effort she puts into pleasing the people around her, her short fuse and proneness to anger, as well as her possessive qualities. In turn, an Aquarius won't be able to give her the kind of emotional support she needs, as he is quite detached and not easy to show any emotion. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 2 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 6 out of 10. Life values gets another 2 out of 10. And lastly, Leo woman with Pisces man. Fire and water together mean an awful lot of steam, which is what you could expect from this couple. But past their sensual nature and magnetic attraction, there's not much to glue them together. The dreamy, artistic Pisces will probably find the Leo woman a bit too worldly for his liking, although she could easily be an artistic inspiration for him. You know, 'cause she's very attractive. But it all crumbles as soon as they try to agree on long-term goals. This can be a very passionate relationship, but there are slim chances of it becoming a long-term thing. Their compatibility points? Emotions and romance gets 6 out of 10. Communication and trust gets 5 out of 10, while life values gets 2 out of 10. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to get all the latest updates.